All right, Nuggets beat the Spurs 136 to 131. And yeah, we lost the game, man. I don't do moral victories really. That's not really my thing, but this is as close as you can get to having a moral victory. I've heard people saying Spurs lost, but it felt like we won. We lost. It's an L in the record books. We just lost the game and wasn't even mad about it at the end, to be totally honest. Jamal Murray just starts going off. We can't, if the superstar on another team goes off, I can't really just say, oh, what's his name went off? Steph Curry, Jamal Murray, Anthony Edwards, whoever. They just went off. There was nothing we could have done to stop them because there was times in the fourth quarter we're playing Keldon Johnson and Harrison Barnes out there. I love Keldon and I love Harrison, and it was working out for the most part. But the Nuggets scored 83 points in the second half. They had back-to-back 40-point quarters in the third and the fourth quarter. So, it eventually got to a point where I was thinking, we don't so much need a shooter out there. We don't need Keldon or Harrison Barnes out there so much for their shooting. We just need to get a fucking stop. We need Carter Bryant out there. We need somebody out there to get a stop on Jamal Murray. I'm not saying Carter Bryant could have done it. We could have had Stephon Castle on Jamal Murray more going down the stretch of the game. So again, I don't just let a superstar go off and just say, oh, what could you have done? There's nothing you can do, because I feel like there's always something you can do on the defensive end. But Jamal Murray just fucking killed us, dude. This is the lead chart right here. If you're frustrated or mad about the loss, we can look here. Look at this. Look at the powder blue. It's a really nice color the Nuggets have. It's really relaxing if we all need to kind of relax for a second. But just the whole first half, we're just smoking them. We're up 20 points in the second quarter, and it looks like we're just going to run away with it, basically. Nuggets chip back into the game in the third quarter, and then Jamal Murray starts going off. Jokic was amazing. We get to the stats in the second. Strother hit some big threes. I forget the name of the other player on the Nuggets, but he made some big threes as well. And there's a championship team, and they walked us down. It just is what it is. We got walked down. And Jokic and Jamal Murray were both amazing out there. Moving on, though, we end up losing by 5. We score 131. They score the 136. They have 47 rebounds. We have 49, so it's pretty much a wash. It wasn't a big difference. On the glass, if Wemby's in there, you think we might have more rebounds. I don't know. Jokic is a fucking beast. Jokic had 20 rebounds this game. When Wemby does play against Jokic, he's not keeping him off the glass. He's usually getting cooked by Jokic, if we're going to be totally honest. Wemby has a tough time guarding Jokic, guarding like Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid scored 70 against us. I want to say Wemby's rookie year. He was a totally different player back then, Joel Embiid and Wemby. But, he has trouble with those bigger, stronger big men. He'll get it figured out. He's better at guarding them than he was last year and in his rookie year, of course, but he's still kind of getting that figured out. He has trouble with those big-ass big men. We have 34 assists. They have 27. It felt like Denver had more assists than we did, but they didn't. We moved the ball really, really well in the first half. We get up 20 points. We have our gigantic lead, and we've done it before in the season. We get a big lead, and we just kind of expect the team to roll over and die. And Denver never rolls over and dies in any games. And again, they just came back and walked us down. Both teams had 8 steals. Both teams had 4 blocks. It's pretty crazy. Both teams had 10 turnovers. So those are all washes there. Just a really high level playoff style environment of a game. If you have 10 or less turnovers, always consider that a really good job taking care of the ball. You can't have half a turnover, but you have 2.5 turnovers per quarter, basically. And if you have 10 turnovers or more, you probably did a really good job running your offense and just taking care of the ball. So both teams did a great job taking care of the ball. They just made more of the big shots down the stretch, man. And we made no adjustment on Jamal Murray. I like this blue. This powder blue is really nice. Denver shoots 50% from the field. We shoot 45%. So they got us there. We shot 40% from 3, dude, and we still lost the game. That's one frustrating thing. This is the only game all season long where we've shot 40% or better from 3 and ended up losing the game. We've won those games every single time until now. Um, and again, like I was saying earlier, we have Harrison Barnes, we have Keldon Johnson, and kind of down the stretch of the game, and the Nuggets are just cooking us. I'm not going to complain too much about Mitch Johnson. He's been amazing all season long. We've won 16 of our last 18 games, so it's not like this is the end of the world, but I do feel like Mitch could have played Carter Bryant more minutes. I do feel like we could have gone to a more defensive lineup in the fourth quarter, because there was a period when we had Keldon Johnson and Harrison Barnes both in the game at the same time. I love both of them, but they're not the best defenders in the world. That's insane. Denver shoots 95% from the line. We shoot 81%, which isn't bad. We have some trouble shooting free throws from time to time, but 81% is usually going to work out for us, but not in this game. Denver's offense just overwhelmed us down the stretch. They have 56 points in the paint. We have 42, so they cooked us in the paint. If we have Wemby in the game, it may be different. I mean, it definitely would be different. Jamal Murray, he had at least one of his big clutch shots. He got into the paint. He's like right inside the free throw line. Shoots a little floater, if y'all remember, and Wemby would have definitely made him second guess that shot. He had a lot of mid-range shots down the stretch as well, and Wemby would have popped up to contest those shots as well. So I'm not saying Jamal Murray wouldn't have cooked us if Wemby was in the game, because he still probably would have cooked us. Jamal Murray, Steph Curry, Kyrie Irving, Anthony Edwards. If you're a guard and you're 6'4" or shorter and you have a bag and you can shoot jumpers, you're probably just going to cook us. Not every single guard, of course, but Stephon Castle, he has the most trouble guarding, again, Kyrie Irving, Jamal Murray, Stephen Curry type of players that just move a whole lot off the ball. Really quick guards, really good shooters, and Stephon Castle and just our whole team, those are the guys we struggle the most to play defense against. Anthony Edwards popped off for 55 points against us. Steph Curry had the back-to-back, pretty sure it was back-to-back 40-point games that he had against us. Kyrie hasn't been healthy all season, but Kyrie has given us trouble in the past as well. These players don't give any team trouble. Our defense is just so amazing that we're just kind of nitpicking at little things, because we do like everything amazing defensively. We just have trouble guarding the three balls, and again, guarding those more versatile, smaller guard type of players that are really athletic and really quick with their ball handle, just like Jamal Murray. So, again, he cooked us out there. Our defense is so amazing all around, so it just does kind of nitpicking things. But if you want to nitpick something, those are the types of players we have the most trouble with. Those kind of smaller, quicker guards that are able to shoot the three ball as well. Moving on to the player stats, though. I'm not going to stay on the Nuggets too long. I'm just going to tap in, though. It's fucking ridiculous. Jamal Murray has 39 points on 52% shooting, 7 assists. I don't know how many points he scored in the fourth, but it was more than 10, dude. He fucking cooked us in the fourth. Christian Brown, I think it was Spencer Jones. He had a big three as well. Cam Johnson hit some big shots down the stretch. He started cooking as well. Everyone just got hot in the fourth quarter. If you're like a 50% three-point shooter and you miss your first 5 three-point attempts, the next 5 you take are probably going to go in. Your percentages are kind of going to even out. So in this game, pretty much everyone on the Nuggets, they were pretty cold, or at least not playing very well. We get to the fourth quarter, everyone finally finds their rhythm, and they just got hot at the worst time. Again, we didn't make any adjustments to stop them either. De'Aaron Fox was guarding Jamal Murray down the stretch. I would like to see Stephon Castle guarding him instead. I don't know if Stephon would have been able to stop Jamal Murray. I don't think he would have. I've heard people saying maybe Carter Bryant, try out Carter Bryant on Jamal Murray. He would have got cooked as well. If we're just going to be honest, I don't think Carter Bryant, he's awesome at guarding like Kevin Durant style players like a Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, those kind of bigger guards. But when it comes down to, again, those quicker guards, Steph Curry, Jamal Murray types of players, we just struggle as a team to guard those kinds of players. And Jamal Murray, he would have probably done this to any team. Again, I don't like to just say, hey, the superstar went off. This guy scored 40 points. We couldn't have possibly done anything to stop him, because we could have made some adjustments down the stretch. Mainly trying Stephon Castle on Jamal Murray. One thing, like I said, I don't think Carter Bryant would have stopped Jamal Murray. He would have just gotten cooked, to be honest, if we're going to be real about it. But would have given us another defender on the court. Because like I said earlier, we had Keldon Johnson and Harrison Barnes sharing minutes on the court in the fourth quarter. And that really hurt us defensively, to be honest. Nikola Jokic, I was just watching the game, which is like another classic Joker game. He has fucking 31 points, 20 rebounds, 12 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks on 53% shooting. Um, Jokic is the best center of all time. Are we saying that yet? Is it too early? If Wemby's in the game, Jokic probably still has the same numbers. I'm going to be totally honest. It's probably harder for him to get those numbers. I already talked about it a little bit earlier. Let me know what y'all think, but Wemby, he doesn't really have anything for Joker. I hate to say it. Nobody has anything for Joker. I guess Wemby's the best guy in the NBA that can guard him. I mean, we were kind of doing what OKC was doing when they played him in the playoffs. They had Alex Caruso just trying to front the post so Joker doesn't get those passes and just trying not to let the ball even get in there. OKC had a lot of success in the playoffs when they had Caruso just trying to front the post. So we try to do our own version of that. We try to have Keldon Johnson just fronting the post and just moving around to make sure nobody can get an entry pass into Nikola Jokic, which is a good strategy until the ball does get in. If someone throws that entry pass over the top, now Keldon Johnson's in front of Joker. Somebody has to come over to help so Nikola Jokic doesn't just turn around and get a wide open layup. That help defender comes over. Nikola Jokic is a supercomputer. As soon as he turns around, he just knows where all his teammates are on the court somehow. And if you rotate to stop the layup, he's going to kick it out for a wide open three. And we've seen it all of his career. He's just going to create really, really high quality offense. I wasn't mad about our strategy with Keldon trying to guard him. I thought it worked out okay. But, Joker still has a humongous game. If we have someone trying to front the post against Jokic like we're doing this game, and then we have Wemby in between Joker and the rim, that's probably a better strategy. But we've seen earlier in Wemby's career, he can't guard Nikola Jokic one-on-one. And that's not an insult because, nobody can guard that, man. We'll start off with Keldon Johnson. Like I was saying again, he was trying to front Joker in the post. I thought he did a decent job defensively on Jokic. I've complained about Keldon in the past. I feel like he'll get caught ball watching on defense. Maybe somebody gets a back cut. Maybe his man gets open for an open three. He's been much better this season. Just staying locked in defensively. What I always say about Keldon's defense, though, I always say you can put him on like a 4 or a 5, a power forward, a center, and if they play a really physical game like Joker does, and if they're not really a perimeter-based player, Keldon Johnson can usually do a good job just kind of banging in the post, not giving up his ground, and kind of just standing his ground and doing a decent job in the post against those power forwards and centers. But with Joker, Keldon can kind of match him. He can kind of match his strength. Keldon's not as strong as Nikola is, but he can at least kind of hold his own against him. But I heard on the broadcast, it's a great point, with the Joker, even if you're stronger than him, it doesn't matter because he's just going to put his back onto you. He's going to feel if the pressure's on his left shoulder or his right shoulder. Wherever the pressure is, he's going to spin the other way. If you cut him off again, he's going to spin on you again. He's going to do a pump fake. He's going to do some insane shit, and he's just still going to get to where he wants to get on the court. So I thought Keldon did a pretty good job fronting the post, but you can't keep the ball out of Joker's hands all game long. Keldon, he had a really bad game. We're just going to call it what it is. He did have the 7 rebounds, the 3 assists. That's good to see him making some plays out there as far as passing the ball. He's not a big playmaker for us. It was cool to see the 7 rebounds as well. He's been huge for us all season long, just attacking the offensive glass. I've complained about Keldon having tunnel vision in the past. I think he still can have tunnel vision from time to time. I feel like this game was a pretty good example. He was kind of playing with tunnel vision in this game. I thought he kind of forced some shots at the rim. He tried to attack Nikola Jokic a couple times to maybe draw a foul on him, which isn't a bad idea, but Joker just does such a great job just playing defense with his hands. He gets all sorts of steals. He does a great job of avoiding fouls defensively. So there was a handful of plays where Keldon's trying to go into him, and it just didn't work out. I felt like Keldon, he took 5 threes. I felt like he didn't force too many threes. I felt like they were good looks for the most part. It was just him in the paint. he's been doing it all season long. Again, like I said, he still has tunnel vision in my opinion, but we just put him in the perfect role where his tunnel vision is like a strength for him because now he just comes in off the bench. All right, KJ, just grab a bunch of offensive and defensive rebounds. When you catch the ball, if you're open, let those threes fly. And when you catch the ball, just have your tunnel vision, dude. Go straight at the rim, try to overpower someone. And for the most part, it's been working out all season. We've seen it. Keldon puts that left shoulder on you, gets 2 feet in the paint, hook shot, floater. He might spin. He might go left and spin back to his right shoulder and get a layup, pump fake, and one. Whatever it is, Keldon's done a great job just bullying players all season long. But I felt like his shot selection wasn't good in this game. Maybe he was a bit tired from trying to guard Joker. I'm sure that did take some energy out from him. But Keldon had he just had a poor game. It is what it is. He had a bad game offensively. Didn't have any turnovers. So that's one good thing to see out there. But he had a bad game. He'll be the first one to tell you that. Mason Plumlee got almost 8 minutes out there. 2 rebounds, 1 assist. He did have 2 steals, so that was cool. I thought Plumlee looked amazing out there. He just looks like a big old boy, which he is. He set really good screens. He's just moving off ball. He's running pick and roll with De'Aaron Fox and Dylan Harper. He's rolling to the rim. I never saw Plumlee out there, and I was thinking, what the fuck are you doing, Plumlee? Like, why are you in this spot? As far as just his spacing, just his movement on the court, where he is defensively, I felt like he looked good out there. We're not going to see too much from him in 8 minutes of playing time, but I liked how he looked. He's giving us more than Kelly Olynyk was giving us. Kelly, he's a good player, but Plumlee's just way more physical. He can play better defense in the post, do a better job shot blocking and rebounding, just overall defense, and he's a better lob threat on offense, even though we didn't really get to see that this game. But I liked what I saw from Plumlee a lot out there. I think we'll be able to maybe sprinkle him in 7 or 10 minutes in some of the playoff games. We'll see if he gets minutes out there in the playoffs. But from what I saw in this game, I feel way better having Mason Plumlee kind of be our third string center at that point. I guess he's playing power forward possibly, but I feel better having Mason Plumlee take those minutes instead of Kelly Olynyk. And that's not to hate on Olynyk. It's just we need that size and physicality, and Kelly Olynyk, rather Mason Plumlee, helps bring it for us. So I thought he looked really good out there in the minutes he did get in his debut. One thing I didn't like, Carter Bryant got 9 minutes. Mason Plumlee got 8 minutes. Carter Bryant plays 9 minutes. He scores 10 points. He has 3 rebounds. He has 1 assist. No steals, no blocks, but he's still making a big impact every second he's out there on defense. He just has great instincts. He's a great shot blocker. He's really versatile defensively. You can kind of switch him onto any position. So that made no sense to me for Carter to play that well and only get 9 minutes, dude. Harrison Barnes had a great game. He scores 20 points on 60% shooting, hits 2 of his 5 threes, 7 rebounds. I'll complain about Harrison from time to time. If his 3-ball isn't on, I feel like he doesn't give us a lot outside of his 3-point shooting. That's why I like to see Carter Bryant maybe get more minutes than Harrison, because if Carter Bryant's 3-ball is off, which it hasn't been, like he's just been knocking down threes. When Carter Bryant pulls up for a 3, I honestly feel even better than when Harrison Barnes is pulling up for 3s. So I don't know if that's just me. I have more confidence in Carter Bryant's 3-ball than Harrison Barnes right now. And with what he gives us defensively, rebounding, I would say playmaking. Carter doesn't do a lot of playmaking out there, but he just gives us more in the margins than what Harrison Barnes gives us. Harrison, he gets the 27 minutes. He has 20 points, 7 rebounds as well. So his shot was on. He was rebounding as well. So even if his shot wasn't on, there's really nothing for me to complain about with Harrison Barnes' performance. Harrison was amazing. I couldn't have asked for more from Harrison Barnes. He played an amazing game. But I'm not saying so much we should have taken away from Barnes' minutes. I would say Keldon, like in this game, it's more of a feel it out game. Harrison Barnes was great out there. I said before in the fourth quarter, I feel like we probably should have taken him out and plugged in Carter Bryant or somebody differently when Denver was just killing us with Jamal Murray. Again, Cam Johnson started cooking as well. They were just fucking cooking us. So at that point, I felt like we should have probably put a defender in there and tried to stop the bleeding. But, I feel like Harrison deserved his minutes this game, but I don't like Carter getting the 9 minutes. I'd like to see us, Keldon had 22 minutes. You could see he was off out there. I feel like this game, having an elite defender like Carter Bryant out there would have been better for us than Keldon Johnson, especially with the way Denver was scoring down the stretch in the fourth quarter. But I mean, we can look at Keldon's performance and say Keldon didn't have a good performance. He didn't. Keldon's the reason we lost. I wouldn't say that so much. A lot of guys played really well. We have a shot at the end for Stephon Castle to tie the game up with that three ball. One weird thing about Stephon Castle, it happened on this shot. Whenever he shoots threes, he's always like one full foot behind the 3-point line. I don't know why that is. I would guess it's because his three ball is pretty much always on line, but maybe he noticed I keep hitting the back rim. My three ball is just a little too strong. So maybe that's why he takes that step. I'm sure y'all notice he shoots his threes like literally 1 foot behind the line every single time, and it's weird. Same thing happened on that shot, but he's wide open. Stephon Castle's going to take a lot of big shots in his career, and it was just a three ball. If he had to shoot, it goes in and out. He didn't make the shot, and again, I wasn't mad about the loss. I'm still not really mad about it. I don't like the moral victory thing, but again, we lost the game, and I wasn't really pointing fingers at anybody. But again, Keldon didn't have a great game. I would like to see Carter Bryant get more of Keldon's minutes, especially in this game. Kind of back to my point, though, Keldon's been amazing for us all season long. Back to the Stephon Castle 3. If Castle makes the shot and we go to overtime, whatever it happens, and we win the game, all we'd be talking about is, hey, look, Keldon had a bad game and we still won. Our team has so much depth. Look at all of our depth. But just because Keldon had a bad game, Stephon Castle misses the shot, we have a different conversation about it. Dylan Harper was solid. He has 13 points. He's 6 for 12 out there. 5 rebounds, 5 assists, the 1 block. Really solid game from Harper. Knocks down 1 3. Feels like he's knocking down like 1 or 2 threes every game lately. Same thing with Stephon Castle. So that's awesome to see those guys developing their three ball. They look like they're developing mid-range shots as well. I feel like Harper already has like a mid-range, a little step back, that little pull-up like De'Aaron Fox likes to shoot. It looks good when Harper does shoot it. He just doesn't get a ton of opportunities to take those shots. My quick point on Dylan Harper, my main thing in the fourth quarter, he's going up for a layup. It's like no contact. I guess didn't really look like it, but I guess he tweaked his ankle a little bit, and he told the bench he needs to come out of the game. He doesn't go to the locker room. He had the calf issue earlier in the season. Calf issues tend to linger for a long time, but I don't think that's what it was. He goes back to the bench. They start doing treatment on his ankle. If it was his calf, he would have let them know, and he would have went back to the locker room. So that was a good sign that he didn't go back to the locker room. But really solid game for Dylan Harper. It's De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, and Harper, of course. People were talking about earlier in the season, we have too many ball handlers, whatever it is. I think Mitch Johnson's done a great job staggering the minutes for those 3 guys. Castle and Fox are just so fucking good, dude. And Harper's just so fucking good as well. Again, it's not a bad problem to have. It's kind of looking like what I thought it would look like before the season started. De'Aaron Fox tries to make a play, comes off a screen, it's not there. He kicks it out to Castle. Castle tries to break someone down, it's not there. He kicks it out to Harper. It's just all three of those guys just sharing playmaking duties, and I feel like it's looked good more often than it's looked bad all season long. We already talked about Harrison. He had a really good game again. I would like to see Carter Bryant get more of Keldon Johnson's minutes, but Harrison gave us more than we could have asked for. He was great out there. If Harrison gives me this performance in a playoff game, we better fucking win that game, because it's not Harrison's fault that we would have lost the game if he plays like this. Luke Cornett, Magic City Luke, he has 25 minutes, 0 points, 3 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 blocks. I thought Luke was bad out there, to be honest. Not just because of the 0 points, but I just feel like we could have gotten another thing too, like take away maybe 5 of these Luke Cornett minutes and put Carter Bryant in there. The Nuggets, they just run so much motion on offense. Luke Cornett was having trouble keeping up with everybody out there. We had him out there to kind of try to guard Jokic one on one or do the best job he can, but the Nuggets, they don't really just dump the ball into the post for Nikola Jokic too much of the time. He's usually moving off ball as well. There's usually all sorts of things happening. So they did a really good job just getting Luke Cornett into mismatches and just did a great job defending him as well. Just wasn't a good game for Luke Cornett, but he's been amazing for us all season. So, you get to have a bad one out there. Champagnie knocks down 2 of his 4 threes. He has 8 points out there, 7 rebounds. That's the thing with Champagnie. Like I was saying about Barnes earlier, when Champagnie, if his jump shot is off, it wasn't off this game, but if it is, he usually still gives me like 6 to 10 rebounds. So Champagnie does more things in the margins than Harrison Barnes does. Sounds like I'm always hating on Harrison, but honestly, just when his shot isn't on, he doesn't give me as much as like a Champagnie, Carter Bryant, um, Dylan Harper, like those guys give me more in the margins than Harrison would. With Champagnie, I feel like we've done a poor job utilizing him these past few games. He just kind of out there. If the ball finds him, just let a 3 ball rip. But we haven't been drawing up a lot of plays for Champagnie. I'd like to see us kind of incorporate him more into the offense because he's 2 for 4 from three. I'd like to see him shoot. If you're 2 for 4, be fucking 2 for 6, be 2 for 7. Like, keep letting him fly. He seemed like he was on from three. He only gets 4 shots, so it's kind of hard to tell just with 4 shots. But I'd like to see us draw up more plays for Julian Champagnie. I don't think his confidence is waning, but it's not as high as it was earlier in the season because he was just fucking on fire. He had that 11 3-point made game. He had a game where he made 8 3 balls. He's just such a microwave shooter. Once he gets on fire, he just starts knocking down everything. So we have 16 more games left in the season. I'd like to see Coach Johnson just draw up more plays for Mitch. Let him get a whole lot of 3-point attempts before the playoffs come, just so he can feel good with his shot as well. But not a great game from Champagnie. His shot wasn't off. He knocks down the 2 threes. Again, I just wish we would have been able to get him more opportunities out there. Moving on, Vassell had a solid game. Or I take it back. He's 5 for 14. He shoots 35% from the field. Still gives us 18 points. 4 for 10 from three, so he's 40% from three. He had an okay game. I'll take back my solid. It was a decent game though. He has the 3 assists, the 2 steals. Vassell, he's 6'7". I'm pretty sure he's 6'7". I wouldn't say he's an elite defender, but he's a very good defender. He can just switch everything on the perimeter. You can play him with Stephon Castle, De'Aaron Fox, and it's no problem having Vassell on the perimeter. He could switch on to a power forward every once in a while, kind of similar to Keldon Johnson. He's strong enough that he can guard the paint decently in little spurts. He's 5 for 14, 35%. Not a good shooting night. Like I said, though, he gives us the good defense on the other side, so he kind of makes up for it. Vassell, he's just a volume scorer. I mean, the 18 points, just the field goal percentage is really bad. If Vassell had this game in a playoff game, I don't think I'd really be mad at him. 40% from three, knocks down 4 of his 10 threes. This kind of is what Devin Vassell is. Of course, 35% isn't good efficiency, like I already said, but he's going to have games like this. If he had this performance in a playoff game, again, I'm kind of being harsh on him, but I don't think I'd be complaining too much. If Vassell gives me 18 points and he knocks down 4 threes on 40% shooting from three, I think he's given us kind of everything I was asking for him to give us. We'd like to see him explode and have those 25, 30-point performances like we know he can. Hopefully he'll have some of those in the playoffs. But again, if Devin hits 4 threes on 40% shooting and gives us 18 points, now I need the other guys to kind of come along and help us win that game. I'm still kind of torn on his performance. But yeah, I mean, if he does this in the playoffs, that's more than enough. Like, that's kind of what we're asking Devin Vassell to do. Just score on a high volume of shots. It might not always be the most efficient game, but that's kind of what he is. He's a microwave scorer, and he's really good at it for us. De'Aaron Fox, 53% from the field. He scores 27 points, has his usual 9 dimes. It seems like he has like 7 to 10 assists every single game. Does have the 4 turnovers. The four turnovers is rough. I thought Fox was great out there, to be honest. Once the playoffs start, I think we'll see a whole nother version of De'Aaron Fox. Maybe the last like 3 or 4 games this season, he'll really start gearing up. I think we all notice it. De'Aaron Fox isn't playing 100%. I'm not saying that in a bad way, but you can tell he's kind of saving his body for the playoffs. I feel like there's another gear he can play at. We've seen it at times this season. He kind of kicked it up. He went to like 5th gear, but not 6th gear. But he turned up for this game. He has the 27 points, the 9 assists again. When Wemby's out of the lineup, De'Aaron Fox, you can pretty much chalk him up for 24 points on 50% shooting. That's basically what he's averaging every single time Wemby's out of the lineup. De'Aaron always does a great job. Even when his shot is off, he gets 2 feet in the paint and he sprays out to shooters, and he's just spraying out to shooters all game long. Same thing with Stephon Castle. Same thing with Dylan Harper. So our 3-headed guard lineup has been great for us all season long. With Fox, that last play where Stephon Castle could have tied the game, I heard some people saying that's a bad shot. Stephon Castle's not a great 3-point shooter, but like I said earlier, he's wide open. He knocked down 4 threes this game. That would have been his 5th one. If it went down, he's feeling himself. His 3-point shot's looking good. Fucking let it fly, Castle. I already said earlier, Steph's going to have to take a lot of big shots for us in the playoffs if we're going to win a championship. Stephon Castle is going to have to hit a couple shots like that in playoff games. So I wasn't mad about the look we got. I mean, De'Aaron Fox got in the paint, got Stephon Castle a wide open 3. Would I have rather seen Devin Vassell or Champagny or even De'Aaron Fox taking the 3? Yeah, I probably would have preferred that. But, we got a good shot. The shot just doesn't go down. But De'Aaron Fox did his job. He got 2 feet in the paint and got us a wide open 3 to possibly tie the game. It's so weird with the Fox, though. He's 53%. He scores the 27 points and the 9 assists. And we're still kind of thinking, why aren't you playing 100%, De'Aaron? And I just think he has another gear for the playoffs. He just hasn't turned it up yet. But once we get to the playoffs, he's going to completely turn it up and really be playing 100%. Again, this is not hating on De'Aaron Fox or asking, like, oh, where's the effort at, De'Aaron? You're not playing with effort. He's playing with effort, but you can tell he's just saving himself for the playoffs. De'Aaron Fox has played in plenty regular seasons, and he does not care about a regular season. De'Aaron Fox is trying to have a deep playoff run at this point in his career. Another thing, too, De'Aaron will be out there, and then Carter Bryant or Dylan Harper, Stephon Castle, Vassell, Champagny, someone just going off, and De'Aaron Fox is just like, all right, just let the young guys cook. Another thing he's been focused on, too, is kind of taking, I guess, a backseat, if you want to say that, to Stephon Castle, to let Stephon Castle develop even more and more as we're going into the playoffs. I made the point before, I think De'Aaron Fox is a better primary ball handler than Stephon Castle. I think we'll go further in the playoffs. Having De'Aaron Fox be the primary ball handler, or at least let's say Fox has the ball 60% of the time, Stephon Castle has the ball 40% of the time. They'll still be splitting the playmaking duties. But I think De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle comes off a screen, he goes in a straight line to the rim. De'Aaron Fox comes off the screen, he's going like this. He's like a snake, and just making the defense just make decisions. De'Aaron Fox comes over this way. Am I going to help out on De'Aaron Fox? He comes back over this way. Am I going to help out? Then nobody helps out. He pulls up for a wide open mid-range jumper and knocks it down 60% of the time. He does a better job shifting the defense and just does a better job playmaking, in my opinion, than Stephon Castle does. Moving on to Stephon Castle, though, it's not me saying Castle does a bad job playmaking. I'm pretty much sure he averages more assists than De'Aaron Fox on the season. Castle averages 7 assists per game. So if you average 7 assists per game, you're probably a pretty good playmaker. But Castle was amazing. He has 30 points, 11 rebounds, 10 assists. I think it's his second career triple-double. He may have more, but it's his second one this season. He's 12 for 13 from the line. It's amazing. Just for him to take to take double-digit free throw attempts. I'm always happy when I see Stephon Castle do that, and he's been doing it more and more as the season gets later on into the season. I think Stephon Castle gets a poor whistle, but I also think Stephon Castle gets himself into car crashes. Like I said earlier, he comes off the screen, straight line to the rim. If there's a 7-footer between him and the rim, he doesn't care. Just 100 miles an hour, jumps right into them, does like 6 or 7 different adjustments, and then maybe he makes a really tough layup at the rim. Maybe he gets fouled. Maybe the officials call it. There's plenty of plays where he does get fouled and they don't call it. There's plenty of plays where he just drives into a car crash, creates a lot of contact, but he's the one creating the contact. Then I'll kind of look at the officials for a whistle, but he doesn't have that much respect from the officials quite yet. But just amazing performance again. He has the triple-double, knocks down 4 of his 8 threes. So I love to see him knocking down his 3-ball. That just opens up his game so much, because if he's knocking down threes, he's just going to hit you with that pump fake and just blow right by you and be dunking on your center. So, I thought Castle had an amazing game. Another big thing, he only had 2 turnovers. He's been really turnover prone earlier in the season. He's gotten much better at it as the season goes on. So that's great to see as we get closer to the playoffs. But again, I don't want to do the moral victories, but we lost this game, and I had nothing bad to say about the boys. We can, like I said earlier, I felt like Mitch Johnson could have maybe switched the lineup in the last 4 or 5 minutes, maybe get some more defenders in there, try to slow down what the Nuggets were doing out there. But, Jamal Murray catches on fire. We could have probably made some adjustments, but we don't make them, and we end up losing the game. Like I said earlier, if Stephon Castle knocks down that 3-ball, we go to overtime and we win the game. We're just going to be talking about how deep our team is and all these different options we have. But, we played a great game. It wasn't perfect, but we played a great game, and we lost, and it's just a loss on the record. And like I said again, I'm not even mad about the loss. Please like and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 7 million subscribers. Let me know what you thought about the game, and we'll see y'all next time. Peace out.